are times when you might feel aimless. You can't see the places.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Evans Ogochukwu, and in today's tutorial I'll be teaching you guys how to draft and cut a simple maternity shirt gown. If this is your first time seeing my video, you are highly welcome. Please click on the like button, share my video, subscribe to my channel. The notification button will remind you anytime that I release a new video. Okay, in this tutorial I will be making use of Ankara. Alright, I've already folded it into 4. Guys, I'm folding my Ankara into 4 equal parts, not minding my buttonhole space because I will attach and cut that one separately. Okay, so guys, the next thing that I'm going to do is to dictate my lines. The first line is my starting line and the next one is my armhole depth. In finding my armhole depth, I am going to divide my bust measurement by 6. Anything that I get, add it to 1.5. Then after adding it to 1.5, that is the exact armhole depth. For mine, after dividing and adding, I got 9 inches. So I marked my 9 inches. My bust point is 10 inches. Then my waistline is 16 inches. Guys, I've dotted the line. Then the next one is my hip line. My hip depth, it is 24 inches from my starting line. Then the full length of my dress is 42. But I gave extra 1.5 inches for my folding because I'll be using a cotton lining to fold it up. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I've indicated my line. These are the lines that are required for this drafting and cutting. Okay, remember I folded my fabric into 4 equal parts because I neglected my buttonhole space, but never mind, we'll be drafting another extra 2 inches as an attachment. So guys, the next thing that I'm now going to do is to work on my neckline. Then my neck depth is, I will be making use of 2.5 inches because it's a shirt gown. I went in by 2.5 inches. Then for my neck depth, I'll be going down by 1 inch. Alright, my neck width is 2.5 inches and my neck depth is 1 inch. Alright, so guys, let's go down by 1 inch. I'm now going down by 1 inch. After going down by 1 inch, I am going to connect the line to meet at the neck width, my neck depth meeting at the neck width. Okay, so guys, this is it. Then for my shoulder is 15 inches. I'm going to divide 15 inches by 2. Anything that I get, I place my tape at the center front. I'm going to trace 7.5 inches from my center front. All right, so this is it, guys. I'm now going to mark 7.5 inches for my center front. Then the next thing that I'm going to do after finding my shoulder is to find my armhole depth. All right, to connect my armhole depth together. But guys, if it's still confusing, you can use your chalk and extend the line for your armhole depth. Okay, then the next thing I will do is to place my tape at my shoulder line, go down to my armhole depth. Anything I get, I'll divide it by 2, then make a mark to indicate it. Okay, then I'll now get my curve meter roll, place it at that my armhole line and curve out my armhole line. Okay guys, if you don't have your curve meter, you can make use of free sketching, but girl, please make sure that your free sketching is perfect. All right, so guys, the next thing that I'm now going to do is to extend my lines. But before extending my line, I want to go for my shoulder slanting. I went down by 1/2 inch from that my shoulder line, then use my straight meter rule to connect it to my neckline. This is my shoulder, my normal shoulder slanting. Okay, then the next thing I'm now going to do is to extend my line as well. I'm going to use my meter rule and draw my straight line to indicate where I made my lines for this my measurements. All right, this is my waistline. Remember that this is my hip line, this is my hip line, and the last one is my full length. Okay, so guys, for my measurement, my bust measurement is 4 to 1 inches. I divided my 4 to 1 inches by 4 and it gave me 10.3, and I now placed my tape and marked my 10.3 inches. Guys, I'm adding my 2 extra inches for my stitching allowance. Okay, then for my waist, I marked it. Then for my waist measurement is 42 inches. Guys, I divided by 4 as well. It gave me 10.5 inches. I am now going to place my tape as well, and I marked my 2 inches extra for my stitching allowance. Guys, most of you will be wondering, this is a maternity shirt gown, okay? It's somehow shapeless. Neglect the shapings, alright? Then for my hip measurement is 4 to 1 inches. I divided by 4 as well. It gave me 10.3. The same measurement that I got it for my bust measurement. I marked it and also added my 2 inches extra for my stitching allowance. So guys, the next thing that we are not going to do is to connect the lines. I'm now connecting my line using my straight meter rule. As you can see, the shape is somehow straight. You cannot indicate the waist, neither can you indicate the hip curve, but it's normal, okay? It's a maternity shirt gown. Everything seems the same here. The next thing that I will do is to curve out my neckline. I'm using my curve meter rule. I placed it on my neckline. It's sitting perfectly on my neckline. I'm now going to curve it out, then use my scissors and cut out my back piece first. This is my back piece, okay? I'm now cutting my slanting for my shoulder. Then I'm now cutting my armhole depth. I'm also cutting my shaping line as well, the excess. So this is it. I've cut out my back piece also. So guys, let's work on the front piece. I removed the back piece. So for the front piece, I will be going down by 3 inches from my starting line. Please make sure that your tape is at your starting line. Don't make a mistake. Then go down by 3 inches from that your starting line. Then make use of your curve meter rule to curve out your neckline for your front piece, okay? If you don't have your curve meter rule, you can make use of free sketching, but make sure that your free sketching is perfect, okay? Make sure that your curve meter is sitting perfectly on the 3 inches line that you made. Then curve out. Then after curving it out, use your scissors and cut it out, okay? This is it for my neckline. Guys, please be careful not to go deep while cutting your neckline. Make sure it's at 2.5 inches, all right? Because the more deeper you go, the more widen your neckline will be. So this is it for my front piece. I've folded it. So guys, the next thing that I'm now going to do is to take our measurements for our sleeve. For my sleeve, I'll be making use of a long sleeve measurement, okay? If you want a short sleeve, it depends on your choice, but I'll be making use of a long sleeve. So guys, the first thing that I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into 4 equal parts. I'll be making use of 23 inches as the length of my sleeve. Then my normal sleeve is going to be 20. Then my band, I'll be attaching extra 3 inches for my band, making it up to 23 inches. Then this is my starting line, okay? I've made my starting line, I've marked my starting line. Then the next one is my bicep line. I'll be going down by 4.5 inches for my bicep line, okay? Then from that my starting line, I went to the center front. I went in by 4.5 inches and I made a mark to indicate it, all right? Then I'm going to make use of my straight meter rule and straighten up my line for my bicep, okay? This is it for my bicep. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to indicate my elbow line. My elbow line, I'm placing my tape at the tip of my fabric, which is my starting line, and I'm now going to indicate my elbow line, which is 12 inches. From my shoulder to my elbow is 12 inches. I've indicated the lines, okay? So this is it. Remember, I went in by 4.5 inches and I went down by 4.5 inches as well. I divided down my bicep line from my starting line, indicate my center, okay? So this is my elbow and this is my bicep. So the next thing that I'm now going to do is to start taking our measurements. My bicep measurement is 12 divided by 2. It gave me 6. I added my 2 inches for my stitching allowance. Then for my elbow measurement is 14. 14 divided by 2, I got 7 inches. So guys, I'm now going to mark my 7 inches. Then after marking my 7 inches, I added my 2 inches extra for my stitching allowance. So this is it, guys. I'm now going to connect it with my straight meter rule. This is it, guys. Then after connecting, I'm now going to make my curve, all right? So guys, this is it. this is what it looks like after connecting it. So guys, I'm now getting my curve meter roll to make my curve, all right, for my sleeve. Then this is it. Place your curve meter roll and start making your curve. If you don't have your curve meter roll, you can free sketch, but make sure your free sketching is perfect, all right. So guys, this is what it looks like after curving. Okay, then the next thing that I'm now going to do is to cut it out, all right. So family, I'm done with the cutting. This is how it looks like after cutting. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out my band. Remember, we are making use of 23 inches for my sleeve. I cut out 20 inches for my normal sleeve, then my band width is going to sum it up to 23 inches. I cut out 6 inches. Then when you fold that 6 inches into 2, it's going to give you 3 inches. Then when you measure it from your starting line, you will see that it has already summed up to that 23 inches. So guys, this is it for my sleeve. Then the next thing we are going to do is to attach our pocket. Of course, this shirt gown is going to be having a pocket at the sides, at the two sides. So guys, the next thing that I did was to fold my fabric into 2 equal parts. Any fabric, any length of your choice, but for me, I'll be making use of 9 inches long for my pocket. I use my meter rule to straighten it, then I'll cut it out. Remember, you fold your fabric into 2, then you go down by 9 inches. This is what I did. So guys, I'm now going to be making a normal curve for my pocket. This is it for my pocket. I just widen it a bit. I didn't measure the wideness, but it's only the length that I measured. I measured a length of 9 inches. Then I now use my chalk to cover out my pocket. This is how it's going to look like after cutting. Okay, so the next thing is applicable to the next side. This is already one pocket for one side. Then I'm going to cut out the next side of the pocket. All right, the same thing is applicable to the other side. I am going to get another fabric as well, then fold it into 2 equal parts, then place the first pocket that I have already cut. Make sure that they are sitting perfectly and accurately. Then use my scissors. I will use my scissors and cut it out again. This is for my second pocket. Remember, we'll be having 2 sides pockets for this shirt gown. All right, so this is how it's going to look like after cutting. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I hope this video was so helpful to someone today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification button. It's going to remind you anytime that I release a new video. In my next tutorial, I'll be teaching you guys how to sew this shirt dress. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.